Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, the Bangor Historical Society is hosting a special fundraiser, If Portraits Could Talk. Stick around to find out.
Plus, a search continues in Ogunquit for a missing dog after a crash on the turnpike left a litter of beagles in distress.
And Brownville names 3 of its bridges in honor of citizens who lost their lives fighting for our country. This and more right now.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for joining us this morning. It is the perfect morning to get outside, hang out, enjoy a hot beverage or cold beverage, depending upon what you like. We just had a nice debate over hot and cold coffee.
There's always a debate about beverages, and I will always like to be a part of them.
Of course, seltzer with flavor, non-seltzer with flavor, those adult drinks, the non-adult drinks, it goes everywhere.
Yes, bubbles, no bubbles. There's always something.
Now we're sounding like that Finding Nemo movie. Let's start over to Devin Biggs. He has a first check of that beautiful forecast we have in store today.
And thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, so things are pretty quiet out there, at least in the radar department, though things are looking pretty decent out there this morning. However, the wind's going to be the biggest issue out there today with some gusty winds reaching up to about 30 miles per hour in a few spots, so otherwise, we're looking pretty decent out there. Nothing ridiculous going on across the region as high pressure will be moving in and keeping us nice. But we do have chances for rain out beyond the way soon. We have an area of low pressure moving away from us now, so maybe a few clouds, but the big story today will be the wind. But high pressure will begin to move in soon and ease things up. It'll be a gusty northwest wind today with some sustained winds up to about 20 miles per hour at times, but gradually backing off a little bit later on tonight, but still a little breezy again as we head towards tomorrow as well. So your forecast for today, middle 60s, partly cloudy and windy, with that northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Later on tonight, middle 40s, mostly clear and breezy, northwest wind gusting up to about 25 miles per hour at times. And your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, maybe a few clouds, but otherwise a lot of sunshine with temperatures in the 60s and some gusty winds. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. First up this morning, a man is facing multiple charges after he allegedly pointed a gun at someone in West Forks. Somerset County Sheriff's deputies were sent to Barry's General Store in West Forks for a disturbance around 1:30 yesterday morning. Chief Deputy Michael Mitchell says Brandon and Julian Barry told police they woke up to the sound of their vehicle running. They discovered 28-year-old Edward Baker inside their vehicle, and he had allegedly fired a gun through the windshield. Baker also allegedly pointed the gun at Brandon Barry. Deputy Mitchell says the Barrys and a neighbor were able to subdue Baker and secure the gun until law enforcement could arrive. Baker is facing a variety of charges, including criminal threatening with a dangerous weapon and burglary. His bail is set at $25,000 cash.
4 people, including a mother and son, have been arrested on drug trafficking charges in East Machias. Deputies from the Washington County Sheriff's Office and agents from the Maine Drug Enforcement Agency arrested 61-year-old Tammy Davis and her 39-year-old son, Nicholas Ames, both of East Machias. 33-year-old Jermaine Henry and 27-year-old Rayshawn Howard, both from Bronx, New York, were also arrested. MDEA Commander Peter Arno says during the search of a Jacksonville Road home in East Machias, authorities seized suspected fentanyl, 78 grams of suspected crack cocaine, and almost $2,500 in suspected drug proceeds. All 4 were taken to the Washington County Jail. Bail for Henry and Howard is set at $50,000 cash. Bail for Davis and Ames will be set by the court.
A chaotic scene outside the Natural Living Center grocery store yesterday after a car hit the front of the building. The call came in just before 10 o'clock, reporting a car crashed into the building on Longview Drive. As you can see, the car didn't actually breach the building, but did cause some damage to the exterior. Bangor Fire and police were on the scene immediately to assess the damage.
The driver's not injured. It feels like they mixed up the gas and the brake pedal and just into the building. We have the code enforcement from the City of Bangor coming over just to take a look. It doesn't appear that anything's structural.
Lieutenant Bean said as long as the code enforcement officers give employees the okay, the business should be able to remain open.
Right now, the search continues in Algonquin for a missing dog who escaped after a crash on the turnpike. The Algonquin Fire Department says a passenger and 10 beagles were ejected from a pickup truck after the driver fell asleep at the wheel and crashed on I-95 Wednesday. The passenger is hospitalized but expected to survive. One dog died at the scene. 8 of the other beagles have now been found, some as far as Wells and Algonquin Beach. And they're mostly doing well, but right now, one dog named Whiskey is still missing. You're asked to keep an eye out, especially between Berwick Road and Captain Thomas Road, because they say that is where Whiskey is most likely to be. If you see Whiskey, call the authorities.
A Maine National Guard soldier accused of raping a fellow soldier during a drill weekend has been convicted of aggravated assault. David Sear is serving 90 days in jail after pleading no contest in exchange for prosecutors dropping 2 charges of gross sexual assault last month. The charges against Sear stemmed from a 2019 incident in which he was accused of assaulting a woman after drills in Washington County. The plea deal means Sear does not have to register as a sexual offender. His attorney said Sear maintains his innocence.
Well, it's no secret Maine is experiencing a housing crisis. It was the center of discussion in Augusta. Devin Dagnall has the story.
Wednesday, the USDA and leaders from all over the state met in Augusta for a roundtable discussion on how to address Maine's affordable housing crisis. Joaquin El Toro, administrator for the USDA Rural Housing Service, says it is a bipartisan issue that needs action immediately.
That when it comes to the conversation of housing, the challenges and the opportunities do not sit on just one person's shoulders. We have to understand that it truly takes a village.
According to Rhiannon Hampson, Maine's state director of USDA's Rural Development, one tool to combat the crisis is loans that have been made available through the USDA from President Biden's Build Back Better program. Through Section 502 loans, the USDA is helping Maine families either build or move into homes they wouldn't be able to otherwise with 0% down. Dan Churchill, a resident of Bridgeton, Maine, is a single father of twins who has been able to build and move into a brand new home with the help of the USDA. Churchill says that becoming a homeowner has not only helped him feel more secure, but it has also helped his 2 sons grow.
Yeah, it's amazing. And watching them, they thrive. And so just being at the house, playing around the yard, it's off a main, it's not on a main road anymore, so I don't have to worry about the traffic. It's everything that I wanted for them. And so that, to me, was worth all the headaches I went through the whole entire process.
Churchill is just one of many success stories from the USDA loan program. According to El Toro, the USDA plans on expanding its loan program and other programs like it in the near future to help Mainers through the worsening housing crisis. Those gathered say there is a lot more work to do to solve Maine's housing crisis. For more information about the loans, visit rd.usda.gov. In Augusta, I'm Devin Dagnall for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Nearly $2.5 million is coming to Maine to strengthen its forest economy. The investment from the U.S. Forest Service's Wood Innovations Grant and Community Wood Grant programs will help 4 businesses across the state, most of them in our region. The funding was requested by Senator Susan Collins and Angus King earlier this year. In a joint statement, they said, quote, "The future of Maine's forest products industry is bright. With new technologies like cross-laminated timber and biomass energy, the historic sector has a chance to overcome obstacles of the last few decades and restore jobs in our state's logging communities." The time is now 8:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the Spectrum Network will bring full services to more than 1,500 homes in Ellsworth as a part of their new expansion project.
But before you go, let's get a quick look at that forecast. Temperatures in the mid-60s today. There will be a breeze out there, but it will be sunny. Tonight, it'll be clear as well. Those temperatures dropping below 50. We'll see them in the mid-40s. And tomorrow for Friday, we are back up in the mid-60s. A little bit more of a breeze with some sunshine on the way.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
With my hectic life, you'd think retirement would be the last thing on my mind.
Hey, Mom, can I go play video games?
Sure. After homework. Thankfully, Voya provides comprehensive solutions and shows me how to get the most out of my workplace benefits.
What's the Wi-Fi password again?
Here you go.
Cool. Thanks.
No problem. Voya helps me feel like I got it all under control. Because I do.
Oh, she is good. Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Wednesday, September 21st.
Lego Masters is back. This time, I've got a few new bricks up my sleeve. So that worked.
12 new teams compete in a blockbusting brick blasting.
Boom boom time.
Epic new season.
Hanging out with celebrities. Hi.
Hi.
Dinosaurs are living among us.
Lego Masters premieres September 21st on Fox.
Welcome back into Good Morning Maine. I'm Joe Cortez. The town of Brownville named 3 of its bridges in honor of citizens who lost their lives fighting for our country. Matthew Dronzik has more on this touching tribute.
For purple mountains, majesties.
Wednesday morning, the Brownville community gathered at 3 of its bridges to rename them after 3 veterans who lost their lives fighting overseas. Gary Larson, who lost his brother Stanley Larson while defending Outpost Harry during the Korean War, says the recognition shows how much the town cares about those who served.
It says that the people here in Brownville appreciate the sacrifices that he made, and we as a family, appreciate all that the town has done.
The bridge renaming process began early last October when Brownville Junction Historical Society member Dan Peters presented a proposal at a select persons meeting, with Senator Paul Davis moving it to legislature to sign. The bridge in Brownville Village will now be known as the Stanley Smith Larson Memorial Bridge. The Brownville Junction Bridge will be renamed as the Edward Fredonia Stone Memorial Bridge, and the Millinocket Road Bridge was rededicated as the Eldon Howard Cale Memorial Bridge. In front of each bridge, the color guard started off a ceremony, which was followed by a prayer and comments from Senator Davis and Representative Richard Evans. Davis says this is a way we can thank those who put their lives on the line for us.
Remember the sacrifice that they gave us. They gave their lives. They gave everything, so that we could be free.
Family members of those being honored also had the chance to say a few words. The day was an emotional roller coaster for many of these families.
It's great that they've done this in his honor. He did give his life for his country, and at a young age, leaving 5 kids behind.
For us, to have this bridge named after him is extremely special, given that it wasn't just him that served. He served along with 3 of his brothers, and he was the one that didn't come home.
Peters said that people who cross the bridge should be grateful for the lives they currently have.
I would like people to view the sign as they cross the bridge, to come to a realization that freedom is not free. I would like everyone to live their lives as Stanley Smith Larson dreamed of living his.
Reporting from Brownville, Matthew Duranczyk, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Charter Communications has extended broadband services in the city of Ellsworth. The company says it's all part of its investment of more than $3 million in projects in rural Maine. The Spectrum Fiber Optic Network Expansion Project will bring full spectrum services to more than 1,500 homes in Ellsworth. City Manager Glenn Mosher says it's a step forward in their goal of expanding broadband access to everyone who lives in Ellsworth.
Since the pandemic, the city staff has worked really hard at finding new opportunities and ways to expand broadband throughout the city of Ellsworth, with the ultimate goal of bringing 100% to all of the citizens in the city of Ellsworth to have high-speed, reliable, and affordable broadband.
Charter Communications estimates there are still about 46,000 Mainers who still don't have high-speed internet access. A spokesperson says the company is working hard to change that number and expand broadband to more Mainers.
It's about 15 minutes past top of the hour. After the break, a few Maine schools have been listed as the best higher education institutes in the region.
Plus, a potential massive rail strike could deal another blow to the U.S. economy. We'll have this and more when we come back.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Here, you can find monuments to veterans from many generations, except ours. Jared stepped up. Jared Golden joined the Marines after 9/11. He knew veterans needed to be recognized for their service. That's why in Congress, Jared fought so hard with veterans from both parties to build the Global War on Terrorism Memorial. This will be a place for all of us who served in Iraq and Afghanistan to heal, and for our families too.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message because the memory of our fallen brothers and sisters must live on for generations to come.
At Hashi's Auto Enhancing, our focus is on the appearance, longevity, and value of your vehicle. Does your undercarriage look like this? You can go from this to this. And if you have a new vehicle, you can avoid this. Our annual undercoating service will add years of life to your vehicle. At Hashi's, we also do rhino linings. We can rhino rocker panels, bumpers, trailers, side-by-sides, and more. We take pride in making your ride shine inside and out. Book one of our detailing packages.
Bring your ride to us to protect your investment.
Pound the pavement for Cancer Awareness Sunday, October 9th at the Sea Dog on the Bangor waterfront. Register at runsignup.com. Goodie bags given to the first 200 people to register. Visa gift cards are randomly hidden in goodie bags. You could win $25 or even $100. Fundraise $150 and get a limited edition t-shirt. All proceeds stay in our community. Pound the Pavement, sponsored by the Sea Dog, Ice Pick Vodka, ABC7 and Fox 22, and the Purple Iris Foundation. Register now at runsignup.com.
Hello, Maine. This is Steve McKay. Not sure what the weather will be in your neck of the woods, but there's a 100% chance of Luke showing up near you. Next Home Experience is listing and selling homes throughout Maine. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Three Maine schools are among the best higher education institutions in the region. U.S. News and World Report's 2023 Best Colleges list named the University of Maine at Presque Isle among the top tier of best regional colleges in the North. It also named the school in the top 10 regional colleges for graduates with the least debt and the top 30 regional colleges in the North for social mobility. University of Maine at Presque Isle President Ray Rice says it's an honor to be recognized in 4 categories.
It really tells us that the efforts we're making to ensure that the programs are not only affordable, but also that they're structured in a way that it helps our students to succeed. It shows us that we're definitely doing the right thing.
The University of Maine and University of Maine at Machias ranked in the top performers on social mobility and top public schools. The University of Maine at Machias also was included in the list of top national liberal arts colleges.
It's shaping up to be an interesting school year as ongoing teacher shortages continue straining districts nationwide. Fox's Jackie Ibanez has more on which areas are experiencing some of the toughest challenges. Plus, a look at the controversial strategy, hoping to provide some relief.
Good morning, everyone. So excited to see you.
Back to school season may be in full swing.
It is a nightmare.
But districts across the country are still grappling with ongoing teacher shortages, fueled in part by the pandemic and its aftermath.
The shortage in Florida is due to several factors. Many of them are happening across the country, such as lack of adequate salaries, lack of support, cost of living.
Educators say staffing gaps are also due to districts being unable to hire enough qualified employees fast enough, with fields like special ed and bilingual education especially impacted.
Those students need small group instruction so that their individual needs can be met.
While the problems stem nationwide, schools in the South are predominantly feeling the pinch. leaving some states to implement a variety of solutions. In Florida, Republican Governor Ron DeSantis recently signed into law the Military Veteran Certification Pathway Program, letting veterans with no prior experience teach in the classroom.
I think that there's veterans out there that can be in the classroom and make an immediate impact. Absolutely.
Veterans can achieve a temporary 5-year teaching certificate if they've served a minimum of 48 months of active duty, have at least 60 college credits, and a minimum 2.5 GPA, as well as clear a background check and pass a Florida State subject area exam. Opponents call the move worrisome, citing how teaching is more than just having a love for kids. It requires several years of critical training. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
A potential massive rail strike that may occur tomorrow could deal another blow to the U.S. economy. 7 unions representing more than 90,000 workers at the nation's freight railroads want salary increases and back pay for hours worked since 2020.
It's an industry steeped in Omaha history. But railroad workers want to be on the fast track towards change.
I think that the railroad workers deserve every penny that they make.
Attorney Joseph Hall says railroad workers are demanding the same kind of improvements as other employees.
A lot of them want to be able to have a better life than what they were doing pre-pandemic.
But moving in that direction could come with a cost unless a deal is struck or Congress intervenes.
This is hitting at a time that is really going to affect the state. We move a tremendous amount by rail.
In supply chain expert Scott Swenseth's words, a strike could be devastating.
We don't have other mechanisms where we can pick up the slack at this point.
And it would compound 2 years of supply chain strife.
We're already in an inflationary period, and this from a dollar standpoint is going to be another hit on that.
Especially in Nebraska, where one main industry, agriculture, rides on the success of another, railroads running smooth.
If they're perishable, we could potentially lose a season of some of those items.
Coming to the table this week could keep supply chain disruption from picking up speed.
Is it going to completely shut it down? No, but it's going to make things worse for a while if this does happen.
The time is now 8:22.
It's about 50 degrees outside the studio. Let's throw it over to Devin Bakes with our full weather forecast.
Good morning, Devin.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Chevrolet Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Chevrolet Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Chevrolet Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. All right, things looking pretty decent out there this morning. No fog in the area, hardly any clouds either. We will be partly cloudy overall today with an area of low pressure that's just off toward our north and east. So with that in mind, we have a cold front right nearby, but the area of low pressure and high pressure nearby these two areas close together, giving us a gusty northwest wind that can reach up to about 30 miles per hour today and backing off a little bit tonight, but still active for tomorrow. Let's check in on the tropics right now. We haven't done that in a while, though, with Fiona not being the only system out there, moving toward the west at about 14 miles per hour. With sustained winds up to 50 miles per hour, and this one might be worth tracking, though, because even though it is a little lopsided with all the storms on its east side, but look where it's headed. It's heading towards the northwest and a little bit to the west as well, remaining as a tropical storm, but heading toward the islands out there, maybe getting close toward the U.S. coast in the longer-term forecast. So this will be a system that we'll have to keep an eye on as it does develop. It could give us some issues in the long-term forecast, but of course, several days away at this point. Back here at home, though, gusty winds will be an issue out there, with some of those winds reaching up to about 30 miles per hour in a few spots later on this afternoon. Backing off a little bit overnight tonight, but still some winds up to 20 to 25 miles per hour in a few areas, then gradually backing off as we head towards your Friday as well. Average high is 71 degrees. A lot of 60s on the chart here for the next several days, though. Even next Monday and Tuesday looking a little cool with lower 60s that'll be on the way. Futurecast moving forward, a gusty northwest wind today, maybe a few passing clouds, otherwise a decent amount of sunshine as well. Mostly clear later on tonight. You might try to get a little bit of fog going, but with the wind out there, most of us should be okay. But even through parts of tomorrow, a lot of sunshine on the way, maybe a few passing clouds as the wind slowly starts to back off in a few areas. So your forecast for today, middle 60s, partly cloudy and windy. Northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour at times. Later on tonight, middle 40s, mostly clear and breezy out there. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. And for your Friday, middle 60s, partly cloudy and breezy. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota. Looking pretty good out there. Will be partly cloudy the next few days. Temperatures in the 60s. Then rain chances moving Sunday and Monday. Highs in the 60s.
All right, let's see what you got.
I still have some of this.
Okay, all right.
Hey, I might be getting older, but I take steps every day to live healthy and stay in shape, which keeps me at the top of my game. And if you're eligible for Medicare, you can too, with the help of a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. There's another one.
As you get older, having good health means you can do the things you enjoy every day, like jumping into a basketball game. United Healthcare can help you do your best to stay healthy. I mean, healthcare shouldn't start when you're sick.
It's great to have someone there to help you take that first step.
It's easy to procrastinate and put things off to tomorrow, but it really doesn't have to be a production to work out. Just put on your shoes and go for a walk. It takes like 20 minutes. Some people are motivated by going to the gym, taking a yoga class, or working out together. When you team up with people with like goals, you're set up to be both physically and mentally healthy. Having that community can make all the difference.
Staying hydrated and eating well is a big part of it, too. It's about making simple choices. I recently gave up soda for water. You know, it's never too late to make those good choices. I want to stay healthy as long as possible so I can teach my grandkids someday to do this.
And unlike basketball, traveling is a good thing with United Healthcare. You'll rest easy knowing you're covered when you're on the go, visiting family or taking that trip you always wanted to go on. So go on that vacation and take your healthcare coverage with you.
The ball's in your court now. Take your shot and see how United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan can help you live your best life.
Go to uhcnewengland.com or call 1-800-236-3146.
United Healthcare of New England. See what care can do for you.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. A busy Wednesday in the soccer world up here. Two big local matchups to get to. We will start there. Game one takes us over to Union Street. John Baptist girls hosting Ellsworth. Both teams battling in this one. Scoreless in the first. That's where we'll start. Crusaders on the corner. Samantha Ismail places this one perfectly. Aubrey Hanscom uses the body to knock it in for the first goal of the game. What a pass there. We are still in the first. Claire Gaetani on the throw-in. This one finds, guess who? Aubrey Hanscom. She gets around the defender and beats the keeper there. 2-0 John Baptist. But Ellsworth, they would fire back after the Crusaders can't get this one cleared. It is Addison Atherton, the sophomore, getting the Eagles on the board. All right, moving on now. We are tied here in the second. Baptist threatening again, and look who it is, using the left foot to get this one to go. The hat trick for Aubrey Hanscom. Ellsworth would score again late, and that tie would not be broken. 3-3, the final in that one. So a lot of goals there. Let's see what the nightcap has in store. Hamden and Brewer, which is up 1-0 at the half. Broncos with a chance here while it was changing batteries, but Grady Venetestein and the Brewer defense is there to turn them away. Later on, Broncos with a chance on a great cross here from Colin McKay. Aaron Donovan for the tie. Goes over the net. Field goal's good, but the goal is not. Brewer now with a shot to extend the lead here. It's Drew Hodgins, but look at that diving stop from Sam Burnham. He is fired up, but despite all of his efforts, both teams are held scoreless in the second half. Venetestein and the Witches post their third straight shutout victory. 1-0 is the final in that one. All right, we will head now to some news out of the University of Maine. Field hockey has been rolling lately. Some really good play from Mia Borley in net, and on Tuesday, Borley was recognized for those efforts. She was named the America East Defensive Player of the Week. She posted an 8-save shutout on Friday, her 15th as a Black Bear, and then stopped 8 of 9 shots on goal on Sunday, leading Maine to 2 weekend victories, finishing that weekend with a .5 goals allowed average and a .942 save percentage. Maine looks to stay hot. Sunday the 18th, they head to Northeastern to wrap up their non-conference schedule. All right, let's head to some baseball now. I don't think the Red Sox are making the playoffs this year. I hate to break it to all of you who may be pulling for that small chance, but as for the Sea Dogs, they needed one win to clinch a playoff spot heading into the night on Wednesday, their first playoff spot in 8 years. The Dogs are in Somerset Wednesday with the chance to pop some bottles. Tuesday night, the Sea Dogs pulled out an extra innings thriller, beating the Patriots 10-9 and 11. Portland won tonight at Wednesday as well, 12-7. They will meet Somerset in the division championship round beginning next Tuesday at Hadlock. We spoke with manager Chad Epperson before the Dogs' trip to New York about the Red Sox-Yankees AA playoff showdown.
You look at the schedule and you start seeing Somerset right at the end, who obviously is a big rival and our parent club all the way down through our system. So you kind of had an idea it was probably going to come down to that if we were going to be in it, and sure enough, here we are.
It's always fun being in a playoff chase. As a player, no matter what level you're on, you always want to win a championship.
All right, that's the goal. Always want to win a championship. Let's move on now to the Patriots. They are on to Pittsburgh this week, on the road again, facing the Steelers. They're a little banged up after that Week 1 loss to Miami. Almost adding injury to insult, right? Mac Jones had x-rays on his back. Those came back negative. That's still something to watch. He was a full participant Wednesday in practice, and they lost their lone touchdown scorer, Ty Montgomery. He was one of my favorite offseason pickups. He was moved to the injured reserve list earlier in the week with an ankle injury, as if the offense could get any less productive. They're now preparing for a Pittsburgh defense that forced 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions in Week 1, but they still needed overtime and some luck to take a win over Cincy. Coach Belichick says that Pats offense, they're in for a treat this week down in Pittsburgh.
Just overall a good complementary defense. Linebackers are fast. They have a good front. They play a lot of people. Their secondary is kind of a ball hawking secondary. They go after the ball and read the quarterback well, do a good job of breaking on the throw and closing space quickly. It's an athletic defense with some good, powerful people inside.
Talkative. That's all the time we have in sports. We'll be right back.
I earned my retirement. I worked over 40 years for it. But Bruce Poliquin doesn't get it. He's a Wall Street banker and congressman who took all that money from the drug and insurance industries, then voted for devastating cuts to Medicare and risking Social Security. Poliquin even supported raising the retirement age. Bruce Poliquin is all about corporations and multimillionaires like himself, not us. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Check 1, check 2. The store's appearance may have changed throughout the years, but its dedication to our community and families has not wavered. We will still welcome you with a smile and top-notch service. If you need coffee, check. Tasty treats,
Check.
freshly made pizza, check. Or wine and spirits,
Check.
stop by and fill up your tank and check us out.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back and happy Thursday, Maine. It's September 15th, 2022. We are halfway through September already. A couple birthdays today. Actor Tommy Lee Jones and director Oliver Stone are both 76 years old.
Henry, Charles, Albert, David, Windsor, got through it. Almost. Close. He's 38, but we know him better as Prince Harry. And today is National Double Cheeseburger Day. Can't be confused with National Cheeseburger Day. We've already had that this year. And that brought to you, you never know, by the American Heart Association. Did they sponsor that?
Watch out for those burgers.
Watch out. I mean, a smash burger, and we talked about this on National Cheeseburger Day. Less mass of meat.
Yeah, but more cheese.
More cheese. And
can't go wrong.
You can make it like a Big Mac, so it'll layer better. I prefer it because it cooks quicker and you could layer it better.
Man, see, now you got me thinking about Big Macs, and there was an old trick we used to do. You get a McDouble, ask for Big Mac sauce and lettuce, and you get a mini Big Mac.
I like that trick.
It's perfect.
I like that trick.
It's a couple extra dollars, but it works.
Well, let's turn it over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Devin, good morning.
And thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Alrighty, so things are pretty quiet out there, at least in the radar department, though things are looking pretty decent out there this morning. However, the wind's going to be the biggest issue out there today, with some gusty winds reaching up to about 30 miles per hour in a few spots. So otherwise, we're looking pretty decent out there. Nothing ridiculous going on across the region, as high pressure will be moving in and keeping us nice. But we do have chances for rain out beyond the way soon. We have an area of low pressure moving away from us now, so maybe a few clouds, but the big story today will be the wind. But high pressure will begin to move in soon and ease things up. It'll be a gusty northwest wind today, with some sustained winds up to about 20 miles per hour at times, but gradually backing off a little bit later on tonight, but still a little breezy again as we head towards tomorrow as well. So your forecast for today, middle 60s, partly cloudy and windy, with that northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Later on tonight, middle 40s, mostly clear and breezy, northwest wind gusting up to about 25 miles per hour at times. And your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, maybe a few clouds, but otherwise a lot of sunshine, with temperatures in the 60s and some gusty winds. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Thanks, Devin.
What's old is new again at Pleasant Mountain. The name change comes after more than 30 years, and the resort says it's all to pay homage to its roots. This is the mountain's new logo, Pleasant Mountain. It's the physical name of the mountain where the ski resort resides in Bridgeton. It was changed to Shawnee Peak back in the 80s when a company out of Pennsylvania purchased the resort.
But through the years, that name really never resonated with those who grew up skiing there. And now with the original Pleasant Mountain name is making a return, the owner says they hope to honor the past while looking into the future.
I mean, I think that is the intention, really, is to go back to honor everything that's happened here historically, all the firsts that we had, along with being the first resort in Maine. We had the first ski patrol, we had the first chairlift in Maine. There's so many different things to celebrate.
The name change also comes with changes to the mountain itself, including new signs and a new website. Pleasant Mountain hasn't said yet when they plan on opening this year. And yesterday was the opening day at the Oxford County Fair. The 4-day event is at the fairgrounds off of Pottle Road in Oxford.
And there are a number of new events this year, including lawnmower races, a redneck truck pull, and a cornhole tournament, just to name a few. Of course, all the traditional favorites are there, too, the apple pie contest and the ox pulling event.
Let's have a look in on the opening day.
We like to go see the livestock and all the different animals.
I like the animals. We're not really into the rides.
Yeah, we're animal people. Just get into the barns and look around. And despite my accent, I really do like the animals a lot.
I came to this fair to see the livestock. I enjoy to get a chance to pet them and talk to them. I looked also at the Midway. They have a good offering there.
What they should know is these cattle are well taken care of. The stick sounds worse than it is. These people all care very greatly for their animals. They're all athletes. They're all conditioned. They truly care about this sport, and most of these people are here as a family ordeal, not just one or two, a whole group of family, multiple generation. It's a big part of agriculture in the state of Maine. Every event we have here we think is big. We've got sheep shows, we've got cattle shows, we've got cattle pulling, we've got the 4-H and youth barn right full of livestock exhibits, youngsters right up through. So everything here is a big event, we feel like, at the fair.
Skiing, you can...
The Bangor Historical Society is hosting a night at the museum. It's called If Portraits Could Talk. Next Wednesday, September 21st, you can join the team for a fundraising night at the Thomas A. Hill House on Union Street. The goal of the event is to solve a mystery puzzle using different clues and finding your way around the museum.
We're going to be having clues leading to different objects and parts and pieces of different paintings to kind of tell this story. So you got to take the hints and find the correct painting or object or clothing that we're going to have out.
The mystery puzzle will have 2 levels, one family-friendly and less intensive, and one for experienced puzzle devotees.
Bishop says the night will be full of mystery, with most of the evening based on historical events, with some creativity mixed in. Devil's Half Acre Distillery will be sampling some drinks, and Bishop said there'll be plenty of food for you to take on your journey back in time. Tickets start at $25 for members and $40 for non-members.
Still to come here on the show, we have your latest happy headlines.
And we'll take a look at our pet of the week. We'll be right back.
Here we go again. Paul LePage trying to drag Maine into the mud. Not surprising that the guy who can't work with anyone can't get the facts right either. I brought Democrats, Republicans, and independents together. And it's working. We fully funded our schools, expanded health care, sent relief checks to over 800,000 people, all without raising taxes. Because I believe we should be fighting problems, not each other.
I rewired everything.
With what?
Stuff, it'll work fine.
Just right would be better than fine, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah.
That's why Toyota Service Center technicians use genuine Toyota parts to work just right.
Sounds really good.
Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Keep your long-lasting Toyota fuel-efficient and dependable. Contact your New England Toyota dealer today to learn about affordable September service offers that use quality, genuine Toyota parts. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Live and unzoomed in 2022, REO Speedwagon. Stinks. Special guest, Loverboy. September 18th, Maine Savings Amphitheater in Bangor, Maine. Tickets on sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Rocking the stage together again. REO Speedwagon and Styx with Loverboy live.
The Pirates battle Lindor, Alonso, and the Mets. It's Baseball Night in America, Thursday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
And now here's a look at some of the upbeat stories making headlines today.
Last year, Maria Morales, a single mother from San Antonio, turned to the city's food bank for help. She calls the amount of food they got overwhelming and donated extras to the neighbors. Morales went further, partnering with the San Antonio Food Bank, distributing food in the neighborhood every other week. She says it is possible to pay it forward. Finding a new opportunity in a male-dominated business, Las Vegas HVAC technician Tina Jimenez left her office job last year. Jimenez says she loves the work. She had a job lined up 2 months before she graduated from school. One trade school director says he's seeing more women sign up for the courses, and many wind up at the top of their class. And Florida has its own version of Banksy, an anonymous artist leaving behind works of art. Someone named Xana has been creating paintings of people's homes, then leaving them on the homeowner's doorstep. Neighbors had no idea who Xana was until she was captured on a Ring camera. The recipients want to say thank you. And those are some of the other stories making headlines on ABC 7.
An Army veteran walks for the first time in almost 10 years, thanks to an exoskeleton. Richard Nider suffered a spinal cord injury while serving during Operation Iraqi Freedom. He was confined to a wheelchair for almost 10 years.
Nider describes what it was like when he walked again on Monday, thanks to an exoskeleton from the company Rewalk Robotics.
Getting in the machine, and at first the machine's moving a little slow, and you're trying to outwalk the machine with your upper body. Complete independence, being able to be on my feet, be eye to eye with everybody. I can be a stand-up guy again, not just a role model.
Looking forward to his upcoming cross-country motorcycle trip with his exoskeleton in the sidecar.
People who start their day early and stay busy for most of it might benefit mentally. Researchers at the University of Pittsburgh examined 1,800 older Americans. They found that early risers who are active all day and stick to the same routine every day have better cognitive function and are happier.
This is especially beneficial with older age. Researchers say how intense the activity isn't really important. Instead, it's how long participants perform the activity that helped with their mental health and wellness.
That makes sense. I mean, if you're up with the same amount of time that we have daylight, it makes sense.
You have a lot to get done.
Right.
And you stay busy, and then, you're not getting into being lazy or not doing much.
Right. It keeps you lawful. Don't go to bed after dark. Well, after the break, we have Pet of the Week in the building.
But first, let's get a quick look at your forecast. Temperatures in the mid-60s today, a little bit of breeze out there. There'll be some sunshine today and tomorrow. Tonight, there'll be clear skies as well. Those temperatures dropping down to a low of 45, and we're back up in the mid-60s for your Friday.
Bathfitter doesn't just fit your bath. We fit your life. When a normal day is anything but normal, we fit your schedule with our unique tub-over-tub process installed in as little as a day. When high quality is the only quality that matters, we fit your standards with a lifetime guarantee. Bathfitter. It just fits.
Now, with $600 off a complete bath system, it fits your budget too. We've never had a promotion this big, so call or click now.
With my hectic life, you'd think retirement would be the last thing on my mind. Thankfully, Voya provides comprehensive solutions and shows me how to get the most out of my workplace benefits. Voya helps me feel like I got it all under control.
Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Please join us for the second annual Kevin Call Jr. Truck and Tractor Pull, sponsored by Bangor Tractor. Located at the Penobscot Snowmobile Club in Herman. Gates open at 8 a.m. on September 17th. Admission $10. Children 12 and under are free. We will have full concessions and apparel for sale, as well as raffle tickets for your chance to win a 2023 Skidoo Renegade. Enjoy 10-plus classes of pulling, including trucks, tractors, and even semis. Brought to us by the Maine State Truck and Tractor Pullers Association. Visit Sled Herman on Facebook for more info.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials, with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground. Odland Road, Bangor.
If you haven't heard about Pictionary, the greatest family favorite game around, where have you been hiding? That's hiding. Under a rock? Come on, I'm really good at this.
Jerry O'Connell hosts the world's greatest family party game, Pictionary.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
I would win every time.
The Pet of the Week is brought to you by Riptide Smoke Shop in Belfast.
Welcome back. Happy Thursday. We are here with your Pet of the Week and Catherine Ravenscraft from the Bangor Humane Society. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning.
Hi.
Thank you.
Who is this?
Look at that.
Oh,
This
boy.
is Jackson.
You gotta get rid of the camera.
You'll actually find Jackson on our website as Nash because he started at Bangor Humane Society many, many years ago as Nash, and he was adopted and spent most of his life with one family. And unfortunately, the owner's health is suffering, and they are not in a position to continue to care for him. You can see, maybe you can see, this gray on his face. So Jackson is 9.5 right now. So he's getting up there, and he's been with us not too terribly long, but given his age, I just really wanted to show him off and hopefully find him a home as soon as we can, because he
doesn't act his age.
No, he doesn't.
No, it's like he's like a puppy.
Yes,
I mean, we let him loose. Walked right in and let him loose. He was good to go.
Yeah. And he dragged me across the parking lot. His strength is not waning, that is for sure.
He's big.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is. Yeah, he's big and he's strong and he's loud. He's got a nice loud bark.
He still has his youth in him.
Yes. If I had to guess, I would say that he probably had a lot of land to run around on, and he's not really used to a leash, but it's okay. It's all right.
Right. He looks like a lab, but he has a little nubby tail.
I know. I've been wondering about this because we have him listed as a lab mix, but the docked tail, he could have had happy tail syndrome,
Right.
you know, where it just, maybe he was so happy. That's my guess for a dog like this, is that there was some kind of injury or infection or something, and they had to dock his tail. But
it still wags like crazy. That's
Right.
for sure.
Yes.
That would make sense.
The shorter they are, the faster they go, because it doesn't have to follow the.
It's like a little engine. Oh,
exactly.
Oh,
so yeah,
I
he's
never
a good
noticed
boy.
that. I love that.
Oh man.
But I was giving him a treat just as someone was coming to let me into the building, and I always have a closed hand because I want them to go slow, and he did not take the treat gently. I'm fine, it's fine, but he got very excited to have that treat. So I would recommend treats. Go in with the flat, open hand.
Yes, and food motivated, which is good for purposes on trying to train him into a new household and just trying a couple little things. You can always teach an old dog new traits.
Absolutely,
You always can.
100%. A friend over at, Don over at Green Acres Kennel once told me when I said, my dog isn't that food motivated, we use a lot of praise. And he said, number one, all dogs are food motivated, which is true. You just have to find the right food. But also, he said, let's do an experiment. You go into your boss's office and your boss says, in lieu of a paycheck today, I'm just going to tell you what a great job you're doing. How would that work for you? And I was like, Don, that is genius.
Wow.
So all dogs are food motivated, and you should reward them.
That's a good point.
Isn't it?
Perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a reward, and even if they don't take it maybe immediately, they'll go, oftentimes they'll stash it away for later, or it'll fall to the floor, and they'll be like, oh, I know that nobody picked that up.
So I'm going to go find it later.
Right. Yeah. So he seems very kind of like off the walls, so his energy is everywhere, but it's good that he's food motivated because that can focus him back in.
Yes, exactly. And you see this panting, I think this is due to some anxiety.
Right.
At his age, to have such a huge upset, so many transitions.
Right.
But he is just as friendly. He's great in the car. When you begin to arrive at your destination, he knows the car is slowing down and he starts barking. He is announcing your arrival, but he's a great co-pilot. Sits very gentlemanly in the back seat.
Oh, good. He's
Yeah.
clearly also very happy just being right here, and as long as somebody has his hands right here, he's calmed down, a lot.
And we're strangers to him. He's never, he's never met. He's been with you a couple
just
times.
wants a companion.
But we're very happy to have you here today. We understand that the Humane Society's been going through a couple of schedule changes right now and everything. So we're happy that you're here and you guys were able to make it. How are you guys doing over there? I know you've been shortening up schedules with a lot of the COVID cases right now.
Exactly. It's not over yet, right? We are on an abbreviated schedule right now through Saturday. Our hours are 12 to 3, so we're still open. We are still letting folks take pets home if that was on the schedule or come in for whatever medical treatments. But we just got to a point where we realized we couldn't provide the kind of customer service that we want to and take care of all of our animals. Plus, we have a lot less people to take care of 100 plus animals. So we decided that our focus needed to be on these guys. And we always think that's the right choice.
Right.
And patience is a very strong characteristic that we all have to have and be reminded of. So make sure, reach out to them any way you guys can help you. I know you're looking for volunteers as well, always. And there's always things going on. And what better way than to meet beautiful dogs like this?
It's true. It's true. And the community is always so responsive to any challenges that we run into. And there's a lot of understanding when we have to close. As long as they know these guys are cared for,
and
which
that's
they
what makes
are.
our community great, right? Catherine, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
We'll throw it over to Devin Biggs with one final look at your forecast.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Chevrolet Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Chevrolet Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Chevrolet Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. All right, things looking pretty decent out there this morning. No fog in the area, hardly any clouds either. We will be partly cloudy overall today with an area of low pressure that's just off toward our north and east. So with that in mind, we have a cold front right nearby, but the area of low pressure and high pressure nearby these two areas close together, giving us a gusty northwest wind that can reach up to about 30 miles per hour today and backing off a little bit tonight, but still active for tomorrow. Let's check in on the tropics right now. We haven't done that in a while, though, with Fiona not being the only system out there, moving toward the west at about 14 miles per hour. With sustained winds up to 50 miles per hour, and this one might be worth tracking, though, because even though it is a little lopsided with all the storms on its east side, but look where it's headed. It's heading towards the northwest and a little bit to the west as well, remaining as a tropical storm, but heading toward the islands out there, maybe getting close toward the U.S. coast in the longer-term forecast. So this will be a system that we'll have to keep an eye on as it does develop. It could give us some issues in the long-term forecast, but of course several days away at this point. Back here at home, though, gusty winds will be an issue out there, with some of those winds reaching up to about 30 miles per hour in a few spots later on this afternoon. Backing off a little bit overnight tonight, but still some winds up to 20 to 25 miles per hour in a few areas, then gradually backing off as we head towards your Friday as well. Average high is 71 degrees. A lot of 60s on the chart here for the next several days, though. Even next Monday and Tuesday looking a little cool, with lower 60s that will be on the way. Futurecast moving forward, a gusty northwest wind today, maybe a few passing clouds, otherwise a decent amount of sunshine as well. Mostly clear later on tonight. You might try to get a little bit of fog going, but with the wind out there, most of us should be okay. But even through parts of tomorrow, a lot of sunshine on the way, maybe a few passing clouds as the wind slowly starts to back off in a few areas. So your forecast for today, middle 60s, partly cloudy and windy. Northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour at times. Later on tonight, middle 40s, mostly clear and breezy out there. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. And for your Friday, middle 60s, partly cloudy and breezy. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota. Looking pretty good out there. Will be partly cloudy the next few days. Temperatures in the 60s. Then rain chances move in Sunday and Monday. Highs in the 60s.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
There's a different way to treat HIV. It's every other month injectable Cabenuva. For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete HIV treatment you can get every other month.
Cabenuva helps keep me undetectable. It's 2 injections given by my healthcare provider every other month.
It's one less thing to think about while traveling.
HIV pills aren't on my mind. A quick change in my plans is no big deal.
Don't receive Cabenuva if you're allergic to its ingredients or taking certain medicines which may interact with Cabenuva. Serious side effects include allergic reactions, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If you have a rash and other allergic reaction symptoms, stop Cabenuva and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have liver problems or mental health concerns, and if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Some of the most common side effects include injection site reactions, fever, and tiredness. If you switch to Cabenuva, attend all treatment appointments.
Every other month, and I'm good to go.
Ask your doctor about every other month Cabenuva.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day.
Is the love for hot coffee cooling off? A report in the New York Times suggests that might be the case, with more young people drinking iced coffee. Starbucks reported in August that 75% of their sales between April and June were those of cold beverages. The company attributed this to its Gen Z clientele.
Even more, the coffee chain says cold drinks have represented at least 60% of their sales since April of 2021. But why do young customers prefer their drinks cold? Many drinkers say they don't like waiting for their coffee to cool off, while others say the iced drinks are more fun to sip on, and the flavors too. You must add the flavors.
I definitely, no, you go ahead.
They're a little more intensified, I feel, with cold coffee than hot coffee. Flavors are.
Yeah, and I mean with cold brew, there's more caffeine.
Yes, cold brew has taken over too. It's big.
I love cold brew. But also, I get it why people say they don't want to wait for it to cool off. 'Cause
Yeah.
especially when I pour it right into like a Yeti or a really thermal
You have to
cup,
wait like 2 hours.
I forget. Right.